Welcome to the Everyday Hustle Show, where we're figuring it out together over time. On the show, we'll be giving you the tools you need to take your career and life to the next level. So get ready for interviews and topics that will give you a competitive edge against the shuffle we call life. Sure, we might get into some heavy topics, but we also like to laugh and have a fun time too. Are you ready for the show? Here's your hosts, Jesse, Andrew, and Christian.
All right, welcome everyone to another edition of the Everyday Hustle Show.
Yeah.
Christian, what episode is this?
43, I believe. 40?
No.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're coming to you live from Juice Revolution again. Having a bit of a scheduling conflict here. It's kind of hard, it's kind of challenging to get to the house, get all three of us together. So we're doing it where and when we can. We even only got 2 microphones and there's 3 of us. So if you're saying to yourself that you can't do something because you don't have the right gear, just find a way to make it work. What do you think about that, Jesse, as I pass the mic to you? But hold it. Don't make me hold it.
No, I'm going to make you hold it because I believe that I should be a guy that has a mic held for me. You know, I'm not someone who holds his own mic, you know? I've always felt that way about myself. I deserve to be held.
I like that.
What is a guy who? What are the differences in a guy who holds the mic or doesn't hold the mic?
Ooh.
Well, I mean, the guy that holds the mic, you know, he's like the alpha in a pack of wolves. You know, the guy who. Wait a minute.
I think
I had that backwards.
Up, yeah.
The guy who holds the mic's the beta or the omega. You know, the guy that's not holding the mic. He's a powerful one.
He's a powerful one.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to hold it for himself.
No. You just look him in the eyes and you know. Someone should be holding this guy's mic.
I don't know. I like holding my own mic.
Touche. All right.
So what we got on the agenda for today? Jess, what'd you bring up?
All right, so the 42nd episode. You guys realize that we're coming up on a year anniversary?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah, when did we record the first one? December 1?
First week of December, I think, or second week at the latest.
All right. So it's been about a year since we've, almost a year since we started the podcast. But I know you got some stuff that you want to get into. But, I mean, Jesse, we need to get caught up with Jesse. He needs to tell the listeners what he was doing last week. And he needs to tell everyone a little bit about it because we're very envious as to where he was and what he was doing. So, Jess, get us caught up on that. Let us know what you were doing. Because dreams do come true, you know, and let us know how it was
over there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. No, I mean, it was, I got a call. I haven't gotten a call in a while, but for the Stagehand Union of South Florida, the local 500 union, they like to call it, to work at the amphitheater for, what was it, Kid Rock and Jen, who was that? Brantley Gilbert, that's right, for the Redneck Revolution tour or something like that. But you know, these things are kind of hit and miss. Some of them you're just like pushing boxes around. This one was pretty cool because I got assigned a video.
Nice.
So a couple of us got to work, and basically like they have like a local crew that just helps out, you know, the touring crew. So the touring crew they divide the local crew up into groups of like 5 or 6, and they say you're with the touring video guy, or you're with the touring audio guy, and then you're like assigned to him and kind of do whatever he needs. You know, as the trucks get unloaded, you know, you get to kind of help set up the gear and that. And then we did the setup early in the morning and then left. And then a lot of times too, when you come back to load out or tear down and load the tour back up in the trucks, you don't really get to see much. You come in as the show's like over, and this time they're like, oh, video people go wait in Video World, which is like right on backstage. So we got to like
chill.
Like chill right there where all the monitors are and see how they kind of like switch the cameras on the Megatron. Like we got to like assemble and disassemble the Megatron screen, and it's pretty crazy, man.
That's tight.
All that shit goes together, but I don't know if the show was running long or whatever, but from when I got there and like signed in, we went up on stage and we were there for like the last 5 or 6 songs.
Oh shit.
And then like when it was over, he like walks out right by you and shit. It was pretty cool.
How bad was Ball with the Ball?
That was actually, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool because that build in the beginning. He's like, "My name is Kid."
Yeah.
He's doing that thing, and somebody's like, you hear somebody yell like, "Cover your ears!" And then I'm like looking around, everybody covers their ears, and like the pyrotechnics go off. It was like this big explosion.
How was the attendance for the Kid Rock show?
It was nuts out there, dude. It was filled.
There was a lot of people.
There was a ton of people out there.
Damn. Did he come out in his Cadillac?
I don't know. I didn't see the beginning of it.
I'm pretty sure.
Saw the end of
I
it.
think he used to do that.
But that was what was kind of cool. Is like, I kind of was thinking that too. Like before or even after I got the call, I'm like, is Kid Rock even relevant anymore? Like,
Definitely.
But dude, I don't know if it was just the tour in general or the other people or him. But that was like the most overwhelming part. Is like you're standing up on the stage, like looking out through the curtains and shit, and there was fucking
Going crazy.
thousands of people out. I mean, I don't even know how to put a number on. I've been to a show there at the Coral Sky, but up there it's like different, like looking out at everybody.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Was the lawn filled?
It was packed.
That's how it was. Like when I was at Blink 182, I was way in the back on the lawn.
Yeah. And I mean,
So-
looking from that perspective, it's like, it's just like a bunch of people at a concert, but from the stage looking out, it was like,
Different.
it was wild.
That's tight.
It was cool.
That's cool. You didn't talk to him?
I did not talk to him.
Dude, that's the second.
Did you get anywhere near him? Did you like touch a sweaty rag or anything?
No. I did, no, he had like a whole entourage and
Oh, yeah.
there were, a bunch of bimbos following him around and stuff.
Does he still have the black lady drummer?
There was, yes, because I remember, like, I didn't remember that until, like, I was looking at the video screens. They were switching around. I was like, is that an old lady playing drums? Like, I was, like, kind of taken
She's an
back
OG?
by that. There were some, like, his songs, his probably newer songs where he has the girls singing and shit. I don't know if it was the same girl, but there was a girl, singing those country type songs with him too.
I haven't really been following him since the good old days. What's
Joe Z or Joe, that little midget guy?
Yeah.
Joe Lee? No, he's dead, man.
Midget was there?
Midget's
R.I.P.
dead.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Joe Z. I think it was Joe Z.
He's gone. Left us too soon.
He's on and just floating around up there.
So it was good though?
Yeah, it was fun, man. Sometimes I kind of dread those things because it's like I work enough during the week that like I always like I said yes and then I was like, shit, why did I say yes to that? Like this last thing I want to do on a Saturday. It was like an all day thing too. Like it was 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then 10:30 to like 1:30 in the morning. So it was like it kind of ruins your whole day, but it fired me up. When I got home, I like in between the shifts, I like painted Helena's bathroom. I was like all full energy. I made dinner. I freaking went and bought New York strips and cooked dinner. And like I was like,
You hear this guy?
I was like a productive version of myself that day. Yeah.
So she probably wants you doing that more often then.
She was stoked. Her brother started painting. Like he picked out the paint and he did like one like roll on the one wall and then stopped. And then he went to Orlando. So she was like, when's he going to finish this? And then I got home before she was off of work and I just like
Killed it.
did it without telling her. Just fucking painted it.
Surprise.
I got like acid reflux from all the ginger I've consumed in the last 30 minutes.
It's been a lot.
I'm definitely feeling a little warm,
Dude, ginger's
Let's talk about the health benefits while
what's
we're on
it
the topic.
do for your? Because I mean,
Oh, it's good for inflammation.
ooh,
It's good for it's like a natural source of antioxidants,
I stay inflamed.
and it's just good for your immune system in general.
Well, that's good because I've been every time I come to juice rev. I think last week I was 3 shots deep.
I feel like I'm sweating.
3 shots
We had
deep.
the organic ginger today.
I really
and that
am
was,
like,
whew.
my whole body's tingling right now.
Christian said that's not good. He didn't have the mic.
No.
All right, so we don't have a lot of time today.
Lies.
So I want to get right into it. I know Christian has some things that he wanted to talk about. I just want to let everyone know that Jesse basically showed up with a notebook and a pen. And I said, wow. I said, Jesse is prepared, man. He's got topics on deck. He's got things he wants to talk about. He's really getting into this self-development type of stuff. And then I realized the notebook was blank.
No, you want to read my
No, we don't. No, we don't want to read them.
No, we don't want to read them. We don't want to read them out
What do you
loud.
got, Chris?
Yo, so I was at a place that will remain anonymous. What? It's good. It's a good place, but it'll remain anonymous. And someone there who will also remain anonymous said something, and it's just been kind of like sitting with me since then. So the quote was, "What am I willing to do today for my recovery?" So for those who know us, they know, the lifestyle that we live. And I basically what I've been kind of equating it to is kind of like, because she said that every morning she wakes up and she asks herself that question, not necessarily like in a mirror, nothing like that, but just asks herself internally. And it's, to me, it's kind of like crazy to like think about waking up every single morning and setting yourself up for kind of like what you want out of that day specifically. And so I did the same thing, except for instead of that, just basically what am I willing to do to be happy, or like for my happiness, or to not be stressed, or to not be, because I've been a little bit like stressed out recently, just kind of dumb stuff like road rage and like work stuff, not anything major, but just little stuff kind of getting to me. So that was like probably maybe 3 days ago, and I've been doing it. It's like simple stuff, like not have so much road rage, not like bring it home, because that's one thing too, is like bringing it home to to Kelly, and like me being short with her, or like stuff like that. And I don't know, man, it just kind of sat with me. I think it's pretty interesting and important, I think, to check yourself and ask yourself, like, well, basically, like, what do you want out of the day? Be specific, kind of like the vision board, like we talked about last week, to be as specific as possible, so that way it's not like, oh, I just want to be happy, and then it's nothing after that. So that's kind of what I.
So if you're in a space like that, then what do you do to counter it?
Like when you're already upset?
Yeah, if you get yourself getting crazy on the road or short at home, and what do you?
Well, recently what I've been doing is like I'll literally like act, not necessarily like crazy, but I'll like curse in my car like a driver or something dumb, and then I'll just be like, okay, that's I felt it, now drop it, release it, like just let it go. And I've actually been like consciously doing that, because even like times when I'm at my house or whatever, and like I'll do something stupid, like I the other night I broke I had a glass of water and I was moving the tray and I dropped it and I broke it, and I was like, I punched my the door that like the closet door that closes the washer dryer. So it's like little stuff like that. That was before, though. Now I did it recently. I actually broke 2 cups within a matter of like a month. So that was the first time. This recent time, Kelly was actually home, so she helped me clean it up. It was the Dodgers were playing, so I felt like I just ruined it for us with bad luck. But luckily we won that night. But I just pretty much just didn't say anything. I didn't react. I'm like, this fucking sucks, because that's usually what'll happen is I'll like talk shit to myself and like, I suck and stuff like that. And so yeah, just kind of trying not to react and just like acknowledging it, feel whatever you got to feel, and then just let it go.
So you counter it in the moment.
I try, yeah.
There you try to catch yourself. All right, Jesse, can you picture Christian punching the laundry room door?
No, I don't think I've ever seen Christian mad, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's little stuff, but yeah, it definitely happens.
Now I'm starting to picture you as one of those guys who is never angry, but deep inside, he's going to snap your...
He could at any moment.
Snap.
So I can relate to that. Can you, Jess? Can you relate to getting to the point where you feel like almost losing it and then catching yourself and being like, oh, whoa, like I'm out of line.
At
like
work.
Tailgating someone or like, something.
Not really driving. I drive like a grandma purposely just because.
Well, yeah, you got the
like,
company vehicle, so.
Well, that and.
It all slows you down. And you have a truck. We all have trucks. So we should all be kind of driving slow and be conscious of what's going on.
the other thing with driving is if I see somebody going like, 110 miles an hour down the highway, I really don't get that. I'm like, if we were going to the same place and we left at the same time, you might get there 5 minutes earlier at most.
Yeah, and then the other guy's going to need a new set of brake pads, and you're not.
Yeah, and it's like what you're putting people. I just don't understand that whole thing. So I just do my thing in the car. I'm chill.
Yeah.
But other than at work, I get angry.
I mean, this type of thing is like kind of the same stuff, It's like it's just all about perspective and mindset, and I mean, it does get hard to keep that positive mental attitude, but once you're aware, like if you have that like, oh, like I want to keep a positive attitude, it's easier to spot the negativity, And what I do is, dude, like I'll wake up and I'll just be like, dude, today's going to be a fucking killer day, and it's going to be a big day. Like I wake up and I say that type of thing, and it sets the tone for like when you wake up and you put that first thought in your mind, like, hey, I'm going to fucking annihilate today. It usually turns out to be a good day.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, for me, it was just the little stuff, trying to, and then, like I said, when I heard that, it makes sense, like, and another, big quote that's said is, you can't really sustain happiness or whatever you want with what you did yesterday. So it's got to be like consistent growth. It's got to be consistent actions that you're taking today to make sure that you sustain it, to make sure that you keep the momentum going, and for me that's huge, and I think asking yourself that every morning, or at least just being conscious of it every morning is it's helped me out for sure so far. It's only been like 2 days, but it's helped me out.
So check this out. I was listening for some reason. So I lost my Sirius subscription. I didn't lose it. I didn't renew it. I chose not to because I have so many monthly payments that I'm like, it ran out, and I was like, that's it. Like I'm not paying another monthly payment. But so I had the FM radio on for some godforsaken reason. I think when you get in the car, it automatically comes on, But it was a talk show radio thing, and they were saying that like if you're in your car and you're driving, you're in like the top 2% of the world as far as like people who have wealth and material things. Like if you just have a car and you're sitting in that car and you're driving it, you're in the top 2% of people in the world as far as materialistic shit goes.
I never heard that before. That's sick.
How does that make sense?
Wait, hold on. Let me pass the mic to Jesse.
You're saying that only 2% of Americans have the ability?
No, I took the mic back. The world.
The world.
Yeah, not Americans.
4 countries. All right.
So if you take everybody in the world and you put them into one space, right? We if you're sitting in your car, right? You're in that top 2%. The other 98% don't even have a car. So it's like when you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, I'm fucking mad at my job, my girl, my this, my that." Yeah. You gotta think about what you do have.
Yeah, perspective.
Yeah. Do you think that's accurate or no?
Well, Andrew, I'd like to say that you probably have to factor in the fact that there are a lot of places on this earth in a heavy metropolitan area where there is no need or necessity for a car.
That's true, actually.
Whether you're relying on the Autobahn.
That's a very valid point.
The subway, taxis, Uber, whatever have you.
That's a valid point.
But other than that,
brings up a valid point, though. Yeah, I mean, perspective is huge, I think. Let's see. Oh, we're looking it up. Assuming at least one driver per vehicle, there are 1.2 billion drivers, according to a quick search. World population is around 7.3 billion, so I think it is safe to assume that at least 16.4% of people are drivers.
Huh.
That's still... I mean,
would you look at that?
So maybe you're not 2%, but 16% is still pretty.
That's still pretty. That's legit.
Doing pretty good for yourself at 16%. That's for sure. So yeah, perspective is big. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had.
I got some stupid, but it's for later. Go ahead.
No, dude.
Okay, I want to talk real quick about sleep and productivity and scheduling. Okay. What time do you go to bed, Jesse, and what time do you wake up?
I average sleep patterns between 9 and 10 p.m. to 4:30 and 5 a.m.
6 hours a day?
No, that's like 7. No, that's more than 6, but it's like 8.
10 to 5 would be 7 hours.
Yeah.
So you're averaging 7 hours sleep. What about you, Chris?
Around that, so it's like 6 to 7 hours.
I love Casey Neistat. I don't know if you guys follow him at all, or if you. I don't know if you guys follow him or not, but like he's always like, he did a video the other day, and everyone's always asking him, how do you get so much stuff done? You're always so busy, this, that, and the third, yada 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 yada, and like he mapped out his schedule, and like every hour of the day is like has something in it, you know, and he'll go to bed at 11 and he wakes up at 5 every day. So just 6 hours sleep every day, and from 5 a.m. to like 8 a.m. is like his morning time, like where he does like work and stuff. But like, and then from 6 o'clock is like family time. And like he don't like play video games or fuck off or anything. It's like it's all mapped out. And I'm just like, dude, is 6 hours, like, is that enough?
Yeah, I think it depends. It depends on like your personality. It depends on like if you can
Like
handle it.
I would love to sleep only 6 hours a night, but that's why I wanted to ask you. So you sleep 7 and you sleep
like 7 or 6 or 7.
Yeah, and you guys feel energized and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also depends on what you eat, because I don't always I feel sluggish a lot, but that's because I eat like garbage a lot of the time. So
Yeah, you are what you eat, bud.
So I think diet's big. So, but I'm sure if he's like routine, like set himself up in a routine, I'm sure he's eating, you know, semi good, I would assume. So it probably works for him. But if you're eating like dog crap and
Yeah, he definitely eats well. There's and he also runs and lifts weights.
yeah, so if you're eating like dog crap, I doubt you can handle 6 hours of sleep at night. But who knows? Everyone's different.
I've only recently started going to bed earlier, so I was on 6 hours for a lot of years, you know. But I think as you get like a little older too,
Yeah.
it becomes like a little more of a necessity where that extra hour or two will feels like it makes a difference, you know.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I'm young. I'm young as shit. So I can still make it with 4 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep.
And I guess the reason why I wanted to bring that up was because I've been working here, and it's not super intense physically demanding or anything like that, but you know, the past 2 weeks or so has been, you know, 12, 11-hour days, right? But even if you sleep only 6 hours, that's still another, how many hours left in the day?
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, a good amount.
It's like another 6 hours. So it's like, where are those 6 hours going? And I need those 6 hours, and I want to maximize every single day to the best of, you know, like, I want to have that, like, you know, this time is this time I have it, like, mapped out to be maximizing my production and stuff I can do. And like, I'm very fortunate I was able just to, you know, save that. But I just got a new computer, so like, I'm super excited to be able to be doing all this stuff, you know, audio stuff, video stuff, photo stuff, you know, on the go. And I feel like that's going to help me greatly with my productivity. But like, yeah, it's like if you think like, dude, like the most successful people and people who are out there doing shit on the daily, just nonstop, they have it all mapped out.
Right.
Everything, every single hour, besides when they're sleeping, they're doing something like
Something
productive,
yeah.
something, you know, like
Not wasting any
just-
time.
right. You know, they're not playing video games. They're not, you know, watching Netflix for fucking 5-6 hours a night, you know, which I'm sure we all do. We're all guilty of it. But I think the reason why I wanted to talk about this is just so you could think about it, right? Think about if you're not happy with where you're at in your life, if you're not happy with where you're at in your job, if you're not happy with a relationship or whatever it is, think about how much time you're actually wasting.
Right.
Right? So think about how much time you're actually wasting and what you could be doing with the wasted time to better the situation.
Yeah. That's definitely big, because I'm horrible at time management for sure. But I don't know. I mean, like I think everyone's different for sure, and I think at least for myself, I haven't been the best at like living in like a structured routine. So, you know, I think I would benefit for sure, and I think I need to do a little bit more of that. But as far as like what you were saying with that person having everything mapped out, I don't think I would be. I don't think I would be happy in that mindset or that like lifestyle. But
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like generic though too. Like he doesn't have like, it's not like every single activity is mapped out. It's like, you know, from 6 to 11 p.m. on the weeknights, it's like family time. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like what are you doing with your family? That is, you know, could be different every day, but that time is set aside. Like work is off and family is on.
yeah, that makes sense. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I could probably do a little bit more of that. Time management.
Jesse, tell me what you do when you get home from work. From what you usually get home at what, 5, 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
And then you go to bed at 10. So where does that 4 hours go to?
Well, sir, so lately, actually, been trying to be less lazy. So we've been, Helena and I have been actually like grocery shopping, even combined with her brother. Because now it's like we're living with the three of us. So we've been cooking like every night.
Oh wow.
Or it's like a team effort thing. So, you know, till I get home, shower, we figure out what we're eating, we cook, prepare, cook, eat. It's like 7, 8 o'clock, you know, at that point. And then we're kind of just
Chilling.
kind of hanging out for that hour because I mean, it's half the time. The other night I fell asleep at like 8:30 or 8:20 or something.
See, I can't
It's
do
just
that.
like it depends. Like, you know, Friday I had to get up for work. I had to be at work at 4 a.m. So it's like, it depends on my schedule. But usually it's like shower, cook, relax for a little bit, unwind, and go to sleep during the week. But I could push myself to do more, but with 12-hour days.
Yeah.
I really
What
don't
about
want
you,
to.
Chris? What happens between when you get home from work and when you crash?
Depends, man.
I could tell you because it's on Snapchat. Tacos, baseball, chilling with your dog on the couch, and hanging with Kel.
That's actually pretty accurate. Unfortunately, the baseball season will be coming to an end shortly within the next couple weeks. But yeah, man. I mean, when there's not sports going on, because that's true. When there's sports going on, I'm not really trying to go out anywhere or do nothing. So I'll chill. But you know, it depends. If I want to, you know, start getting like this, like motivated, I'll go into the office and do stuff for like LFSC and you know, talk back and forth with Abel and kind of plan and plot.
How are sales?
Sales are they're not like the best, but it's as far as our growth on like Instagram and stuff like that, it's been consistent. So the sales haven't matched that yet, but I think at least for what we've been able to grow, it'll come eventually. So but it's fun, man. So essentially, like, because of this, you know, podcast, I kind of with the Instagram, I started this weekly event, and it ended up turning into like a kind of like an interview thing with people and stuff like that, and so that's helped out a lot with that whole process and kind of building that the brand and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I'll do, either that or meetings. You know, I'll hit meetings every once in a while, and yeah, man, I get pretty lazy when I get home. I'm not, you know, definitely not gonna lie about that, but
All right, just out of curiosity, I wanted to pick your all's brains on that. But so, moral of the story is, work harder, play less, sleep less. No one ever died from sleep deprivation.
Ooh.
All right? So, Jesse, what did you want to talk about? We're gonna wrap it up.
It was pretty stupid, honestly. But what do you guys think of social media in today's society?
Oh,
Because what made me think of this, I actually heard a similar question on the radio. But so the whole thing with like Kanye West, you know, I think he's a certified nut job. He definitely is. Like the shit he says, but his whole visit to the White House, Andrew. So You imagine though, like if the same people, this just happened like 40 years ago, where there was none of that. So, none of us would really know anything other than maybe there was a picture of Kanye and Trump.
Right.
But like we wouldn't know. Like he has the ability to like tell all this shit, and like I just feel like it's kind of it's become a bad thing. Or just can you imagine? Like, did you know that Elvis Presley went to meet Nixon?
Yeah.
And he went in there with a loaded revolver on his person. He gave him a revolver, and then he asked for. Meanwhile, he was a drug addict, but he asked for Nixon to give him, or I think he did give him some kind of badge, like a DEA,
really?
badge. And then the next day or a couple days later, he was like pulling people over trying to do drug busts.
Really?
Because but like, can you imagine like if Elvis Presley had like an Instagram account or like went on Facebook Live and like, oh.
Yeah, I think
it's just like crazy.
I think it's definitely a weird time, but I mean personally, I think it's a good thing. Except for I don't know what it would be like to be in middle school and have Facebook. Yeah, that's the one thing.
That's the scare. I mean, I think it's obviously there's a lot of good things to it, but I kind of feel like it would be peaceful to like live in a world of like
without
mystery, where you don't know everything or don't have the ability to like. Especially if you were one of those people where you're in the limelight or you're some kind of celebrity where there are no secrets or nothing's hidden or you have paparazzi following you around and 10 minutes after something happens, the whole entire world knows about it. Like I feel like there's some bad aspects to it, but obviously it's also a really cool thing. Gives a lot of people a chance to like, advertise for companies like you're doing or just share experiences or even like learn experiences or learn of places and things that you might want to do. And there's a lot of good and bad to it. It was just like a weird thought, like we live in this now and only being, 30 or less.
Right.
It's kind of been most of our lives like this. It's kind of like a weird thought, like for somebody and an understanding thought for somebody like, my dad who is completely separated that world because he never came up in it. But then again, what's it going to be like for the kids that are being born now? Like how much
now
can it progress?
Now you have parents who are setting up Instagram accounts and stuff for like their babies and shit. I've seen that.
I think
for dogs. Dogs. Yo, there's some really famous dog accounts out there that are killing the game. But no, I think just like anything else, there's good and bad. I think it's a matter of just being like responsible with like what you consume and try not to like take everything like at face value, because there's like so many of those clickbait headline account or you read the headline and you think it's automatically 100% true.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good question.
It's not really much of a question. It's just more
or
like thinking about like where we've come from, where we are, and like where it's all going.
Oh man,
can you imagine though? Like
no, I can't even imagine where we'll be in like 20 years. The rate that we're growing, I think it'll probably be sooner. I wouldn't be surprised if like 5 years or 10 years from now things will be completely different.
I feel like it'll be like an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah,
where you're like. Everything's like touch screen, or you touch something and a screen just like hologram forms out of the fucking air.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. It'll be cool. I'm excited.
But a lot of good will come from advances in technology. But
hopefully,
it's more or less like the world is no longer. I don't know. I feel like it'd be peaceful if you're living back in like a Western movie setting, but then again, like. You get sick and you die at the age of 30 because you fucking can't get treated.
Right.
Now there's always there's goods and bads to all of it.
Yeah, I agree, 1,000%.
And now for my third topic. No, I'm just kidding.
People don't want to hear that, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you got puppies on there.
I came in here to trick Andrew. I brought a notebook with 3 words written on it that are.
One of them we can talk about puppies.
Puppies was the second topic. And the third one was a 2-word acronym for Children of the Corn.
So yeah, it's it'll be interesting to see, but we'll have to find out, I guess. So.
Well, it looks like Andrew got busy back here. He's back wearing the apron of Juice Revolution.
Killing the game.
Changing the world.
One drink at a time.
One drink at a time.
But, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. We'll be putting a word from our sponsor.
Now,
maybe? And
Andrew,
we're back.
Andrew, you want to close the show? We don't know what to say.
All right, I just want to thank everyone for all your support so far. Listen, 42 episodes deep, 43 episodes deep. This is almost a year into the project. We're multitasking. We're doing a bunch of things at once, so we haven't been able to pay as much attention as to the social media and all that and everything. But look, we got the website. Hit up Danny if you need any work done on your small business branding, anything. He's been incredible for both of my businesses, for the podcast. We appreciate the support. And listen, if there's something in your life that you want to do that you're thinking, maybe I should do it, maybe I shouldn't do it, just fucking do it.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Andrew. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jesse Dorr signing off. Thank you.
This episode is sponsored by D Squared Media. D Squared Media specializes in branding and design, web design and development, and internet marketing, social media search engine optimization, and pay-per-click.
Okay.
Business cards, logo designs, a revamped website, and getting on Google with SEO are a few examples of what D Squared Media can do.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you could check out their portfolio at dsquaredmedia.net, or you could take a look at our website, which actually was just completely redone by them, theeverydayhustleshow.com. You could check out current episodes. You could check out a little bit of a bio on each of us. You could check out some past episodes and some people who have been on the show. No matter what your budget is for a project, D Squared Media will be able to get you going in the right direction and help you accomplish your goal. Listen, guys, supporting small businesses is how we grow as entrepreneurs, all right? So reach out to Danny and his team today. All Everyday Hustle Show listeners are going to get 10% off their first invoice with the code EDH.